Hi writers and readers, I'm Christy Stratus and today I'm going to announce to you my reading challenge for next year and I hope that you'll join me. I have set up a Goodreads group just for this and the link is below in the description. This year I am doing a reading challenge that I came up with and I contacted bestfantasybooks.com and I asked them whether I could use their name and their lists. And they said, okay, they would be really happy to lend their name and their information to me. So this year I've come up with the Best Fantasy Books Subgenre Reading Challenge. And the idea is that there are 65 fantasy subgenres, and we're going to read a book from every single one of them, which is really, really exciting. It's a pretty big challenge for me because it's tough for me to read for pleasure quickly. I'm better at editing quicker because I'm very, very into it. But when I'm reading for pleasure, I tend to be really, really slow. So I'm hoping that this will serve two purposes. Fantasy is not a genre that I really read that often. So it's going to help me learn more about the genre itself. It's going to help me learn about all the differences in subgenres. A lot of them are very similar. And some of them are so unusual that I've never heard of. These, you've probably heard of grim dark fantasy, but there's also prehistoric fantasy and alternate history. There's two different kinds of romance ones and multiple, of course you guys know, high fantasy and epic fantasy and low fantasy, and there's also mundane, and then there's just so many different kinds that I want to go through every single one of them and find the differences and really understand what it is that separates similar types and even just the different types, what's so different about them within the bigger genre of fantasy. So that's the one purpose, and the other purpose is to get me to read faster for pleasure because I'm a very slow pleasure reader. So I'm really looking forward to this. I already have the list of books together. Again, you're going to find it in the Goodreads group, and I am lining up the reading list. I've got the list for myself, but I'm currently adding them to the group. And the first few books are already added. The dates are on there. What I've done is I've put the beginning date, when you have to start it, and then I haven't really put an end date because some of you may want to read longer. You may want to just discuss one subgenre. You're welcome to join no matter how you want to read it. If you want to read all the subgenres with me, if you want to read just a few of them, if you're into one particular book and you just want to discuss it, that's totally fine. And we're going to have discussions of each subgenre and each book. And if you want to find out more about the subgenre but you want to read a different book, you're welcome to do that too, because really the point of this is to talk about the subgenres. Of course we're going to talk about the books as well and the authors, but you're welcome to join no matter what. There's no pressure to read all 65 books. Some of you are probably watching this video thinking 65 is nothing. I read 100 or 200. There are people who read like 200 and 250 books a year. So for me, 65 is a big challenge, especially in one genre. So I will be making some indie recommendations, but for the most part, I am going to be using bestfantasybooks.com, their subgenre list made by the creators. And so that means that they have chosen the books that they think fulfill the requirements for the subgenre, and then you've got the crowd-ranked list as well. So that's readers who think, okay, this is what fulfills the subgenre. And sometimes they're really different, and sometimes they're the same. The only thing I've stayed away from is things like Harry Potter that pretty much everyone has read. There are some of those series that are so super common, that are so already read by everyone, that I did not choose those. I tried to choose other ones. So we are really reading, best-selling books, famous authors, all that kind of stuff, but I am going to be making indie recommendations for the fantasy books I have read that I've absolutely loved. So I'm really looking forward to this. I hope you'll join me. Join the Goodreads group below. I'm going to keep that up, and I hope that you enjoy joining me in this challenge, even if you read only one or two books, or if you read every single one, or if you read even more. Like and subscribe below. I am going to keep you updated on the books that I'm reading and the subgenres that I enjoy and what I don't enjoy and everything else, as well as keeping you updated with other videos about my writing life and vlogs and stuff like that. So I'll see you soon.